There's a really big difference between building a house and building a home. A place that is going to be yours to live in, that will encapsulate your life. And this next place that we're about to visit really just has home written all over it. Hi Lauren, how are you?
Good.
Great to meet you. G'day Michael, how's it going, mate?
Good, thanks.
I am so very excited to see this beautiful home that you've built.
Thank you, we love it.
So first of all, can you tell me what it was that inspired you to build a tiny house?
Well, we were a bit sick of flatting and couldn't afford to buy anything in Auckland. And Mike had always wanted to build a tiny house. And so, yeah, the timing was just right and we decided to do it.
Yeah, I suppose a big part of it was how expensive all the places we were looking at renting, and that was too expensive to buy. So it was good to do the tiny house, especially being on wheels. It meant that we could build it somewhere and move it somewhere else without having the land.
And it meant that we could choose where we wanted to be as well. You could park it anywhere, and that worked well for us too.
Absolutely. And speaking of the parking spot, wow, this is pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, we love it here.
Panoramic views. And how did you find your parking spot?
When we were just finishing building, I just posted on some community Facebook pages to be like, hey, who wants us? And yeah, these guys responded, and so we came and had a look and just fell in love with it. You know, we have access to, 150 acres that we have free range on. And it's just so cool being able to just disappear with the dog, on a walk and yeah, go exploring and stuff. It's so cool.
And now, Michael, you are actually a builder by trade, aren't you?
Yeah, so that helped a bit. And then Lauren jumped on and helped as well. So
I would say it probably helped a lot. And normally you work in residential construction. What was it like actually building a tiny house?
it was good. Yeah, I liked it. Sort of being able to do what I want and make all the calls.
Well, half the calls.
Half the calls.
Yeah, so we both ended up sort of quitting our jobs and working full time on it. And so that was quite a shift for me because I'm not a builder. So I learned a lot.
And how was it building your own home together?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, we had a few arguments, as most people would. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable experience and I wouldn't change it for the world.
And of course, just having that sense of accomplishment in building your own home, right?
Yeah, it's so cool to be able to look at this place and realise that we did it ourselves with our own hands. It's such a cool thing.
And tell me about the design of your home.
We wanted a gable roof for that tiny house because a lot of flat roofs, but just like that it looks a lot more like a house. Yeah, and we just used a bunch of different plans that we found and kind of mixed them together.
Watched a lot of your episodes and decided what we liked and what we didn't like. And then we went down to a local school in their car park and drew out, our kind of design and decided where we want the kitchen and the toilet and that kind of thing.
Great. And you're so right about the gable roof design, because even though it's not necessarily the most spatially efficient, there is just something that as soon as you see that shape, it immediately reminds you of home, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's real cottagey, which we love.
And can you tell me about the materials used in the construction?
Yeah, so a fair chunk of the house is all recycled materials. So we were really keen to be as sort of eco-friendly as possible and also keep costs down. So all the corrugated iron, all the cladding is off a roofing job that Michael was on. Doors and most of the windows are all from the Waitaki Recycle Centre, and then a lot of the stuff inside as well is all recycled. The deck is salvaged from up the hill in pieces, and yeah, we were just real keen to make it as recycled as we could.
Brilliant. And utilising those recycled materials just adds so much character to the build as well. Like, I love the door that you have repurposed as a window there.
Yeah, we love that. Michael had to trade a day of labour for it, but we love that it's a door. And everyone always notices it quite long after they've been here. They're like, oh, it's a door.
Totally worth a day's labour for that, right?
Yeah, it was worth it in the end.
And I love the colour. This just looks like such a fun and vibrant place. And it looks so idyllic, parked right on the top of the hill like this.
Yeah, we wanted a really fun colour. A lot of tiny houses are sort of quite boring and black. And we definitely didn't want a black one. Yeah, and this was quite a unanimous choice, even though Michael disputes that now.
I was more after blue, but I've got a bit of green in there as well. So.
Bluey green, you're sort of close.
Yeah.
And what size is the tiny house?
It's 2.4 by 7.2.
And you're definitely taking advantage of your parking spot as well. I see you've got some lovely gardens there and even a hot tub.
Yeah, the hot tub was a bit of a lockdown project that was in pieces, but we managed to put it back together, get a bit of use out of it.
And you're off the grid in this tiny house, aren't you?
Mostly, yeah. We've got a solar trailer next to the house, and we do get water from the property next door.
Great. Building the solar system onto a separate trailer is such a clever idea.
Yeah, we wanted it separate so that we could take advantage of the different angles that the sun might be, but also the weight of the tiny house. We didn't want to add the extra weight of the panels and the batteries. So we have it separate, and we just used a little boat trailer to build it on, and it works really well.
Well, this tiny house is just cute as a button from the outside, and I cannot wait to see what you've done on the interior. Can we take a look?
Let's do it.
All right. This is absolutely gorgeous. I really love the timber that you've used in this house.
Yeah, this is all macrocarpa timber from my childhood treehouse tree.
Wow.
So my auntie and uncle still live on that property, and the tree had fallen over and died while we were building. And so we asked them if we could come and cut it up, and we hired out my brother for the day, and he was on the chainsaw, and we chopped it all up and then got it milled into the boards. And I just love that, the space that was so special to me as a child, surrounds us in our house now.
Absolutely. It was your sanctuary before, and it gets to be your sanctuary again. That's lovely. And I just really love the whole style of this house. It just feels so welcoming with the timber and the plants and the lights. It really is a beautiful space that you've created.
Yeah, Mike reckons I've got too many plants, but can never have too many.
I'm with you. Never too many plants.
We wanted to make the house feel sort of like spacious, so we made sure that we had a high ceiling, and we were going to have another loft at the other end, but we ended up getting a painted glass window made for up there. If we'd put a loft there, it would have covered it up, so we've left it open, but I think it does make the house feel bigger.
It certainly does, and I love the window you've got up there as well. The Corfi flower is one of my favourites.
Yeah, a friend of ours did that for us. We really wanted a stained glass window as a kind of feature up there, and she was like, oh, but when you travel, the LED light will break because it's so fragile. She did that with, it's actually nail polish.
Really?
It's not even stained glass, yeah. But, you wouldn't be able to tell.
No,
and it just means
great.
that when we travel, it's not going to break.
What a good idea. And the lounge here is a really lovely looking space.
Yeah, we've had a few different couches in there as we've been living in here, but we've got a sort of L couch planned that we want to put in there with some more storage. But for now, just having a couch is good.
The couch there does look very comfortable, and I guess the advantage to that design is that it does leave this area very open.
Yeah, it leaves more space, and especially because we've got a dog now, there's space for the dog bed to go.
Very important. One of the things that I do really like about this design is just how exposed you are to the outside. You've got all of these beautiful rural views to take in, and the way that you've placed the windows is just really nice.
Yeah, we wanted as many windows as we could, and definitely with the doors coming into the lounge, that was really important to us to have some, indoor-outdoor flow. And we live outside probably as much as we're inside, so having that openness was really important.
Yeah. And over here we have your kitchen, and again, such beautiful timber.
Yeah, so this is actually the same tree. So all the benches in the house is the
Really?
same tree as the walls.
Great.
Yeah, and we were really keen to keep the live edge on here. It just adds to it so much, having the knots and all the cracks.
It does just add so much character. And this looks like a really great sized kitchen.
Yeah, we wanted to have room to cook, and so that we could both be in the kitchen and cook together. And yeah, it sort of ended up that half the living area of the house is the kitchen, but it's it's good. We're happy with it.
Yeah.
And I see you've used open storage here in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was mostly sort of a ease of construction, sort of it was just easy to do, but we're thinking that moving forward we might get some closed-in cabinets.
And you've got the 4-burner gas stove there?
Yeah, that's really important for us. We often have quite a few things on the go on the stove, so having the 4-burner was really cool. And this came from a lady on Trade Me.
Only thing we don't have is an oven. Maybe one day.
Yeah, always easy to add. And again, I just really love what you've done in here with the timber walls paired against the tiles. That is such a good look.
Yeah, we're really happy with how the tiles have turned out. We actually only put them in not too long ago.
Add that to our list of expertise. Builders, painters, tilers.
Jacks of all trade, I love it. And especially here in the kitchen, this feature window really just becomes something so special, doesn't it?
Yeah, we love this, the door. And eventually we want to have a real big deck. And then be able to open the window right up, and this is sort of like a serving bar sort of area. That'd be really cool. But for now, it is what it is. And yeah, we love that it's a door.
And you've got the breakfast bar here. This is always something I love to see in a tiny house.
Yeah, we use that all the time for eating, but I also am working a lot from home at the moment during lockdown and stuff. So yeah, use that for my little office space as well, which actually is quite hard not having the separation between where you eat and where you work. We definitely didn't design the house for a working from home space, but it is what it is and I make it work.
And I really like what you've done here with the stair design. It looks like you've built in lots of storage, and it's very clever with what you've done at the stair at the top.
Yeah, we just didn't want the back corner of the kitchen to be too dark, so when we were building it, we realised we could leave it open and let a bit of light in, which I think it does. And we built storage under the stairs just to make use of the space. So the bottom 3 steps open up, and there's a wardrobe underneath them.
Very nice. And the barn door, what a beautiful feature.
Yeah, we made that from some recycled timber that we found, and we started sanding it back, and all the sort of different layers of primer and paint and stuff started coming through. So we thought we'd just leave it like that.
I just love how much character those recycled elements can bring into a home.
Yeah, and there's so much within the house that is recycled. So the stairs are all recycled as well. The risers are actually the same wood, and then the flooring as well came out of a skip bin from a renovation out in Helensville. Using recycled materials was really important to us as well. One, for the cost, because that's how we were able to get away with it being so cheap. But also wanting it to be really light on the earth and use material that would otherwise have gone to waste. So yeah, I can look around the house and tell you where sort of everything came from, which is just really cool. It just adds so much more character than if we'd just gone to Bunnings and bought the windows or something.
And behind the barn door there must be your bathroom.
Yep, it's the bathroom. Let's take a look.
Let's do it. Again, this is very nice. The obscure glass and the plants, and really just pulls you into the space.
Yeah, I mean, that window was another Trade Me purchase. And again, plants are everywhere, so why not in the bathroom?
Why not in the bathroom? Good size shower?
Yep, it's a full-size shower, so it's 900 by 900, which I wanted, so I can spread my arms out. So it's good, it works well.
Definitely. The composting toilet?
That works really well, actually. I'd looked up quite a bit of stuff on it online, and I wasn't 100% sold on it until we got it working, and it works good.
And the timber has been put to even more good use here in the vanity?
Yeah, so it's the same tree as these other benches. And the bathroom sink, we installed it, but actually it's not even connected. There's no drainage pipe there. And yeah, we've realised now, after being in the house for a year and a half, that you don't actually need a bathroom sink. You can just use the kitchen sink for everything. But it's a good plant holder.
It's a good plant holder. Why not? And then upstairs, we must have your sleeping loft.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Let's have a look. After you. Oh, now this is just so cozy up here.
Yeah, we like this space.
We worked it out so that it could have a bit of room downstairs and just enough for me to sit up in bed upstairs.
Yeah, we spent ages with a measuring tape and Michael sitting there to see how high this had to be, or how small the mattress had to be actually. That's why it's quite a low profile mattress, so that we have enough headroom.
And you've got a great cross ventilation up here with the 2 windows on either side.
Yeah, it's worked really well. Having a window each side, the breeze flows through, so it's
It does get pretty hot up here in summer, so having the cross breeze is really cool.
And then I like what you've done here with the storage.
Yeah, we just had everything piled up for a bit.
Yeah, we wanted to use that space for our clothes storage, and then having the boxes as little drawers works really well when we keep it tidy.
And then I like how the wall of plants kind of keeps it open, light and spacious, but does give you that extra privacy up here.
Yeah, it acts as a bit of a screen to keep it a little bit separate, which is nice.
I love the vintage lights too.
Yeah, they were another op shop find. We do love them.
And we were really keen on having sort of cool looking bedside lamps.
Yeah.
So we're glad they worked out.
A pity they're not matching, but they're still cool.
And it's really cool what you've done with the curtain rails too.
That was a bit of an experiment. I'm not a sewer, but I was, able to kind of sew some curtains together and then just found some sticks out in the forest and put them up. Yeah, I'm not super happy about it, but
works pretty good.
No,
Yeah.
great curtain.
So how long have you been living in the tiny house now?
For about a year and a half.
And how are you finding tiny house life so far?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, we love it. Storage is obviously tricky, and keeping things tidy in such a small space can be hard as well, but we love the space. We love that we built it ourselves and know where everything came from. So cool.
It must just be so incredible just having all of those memories and the whole experience built into your home.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
One of the cool things about our tiny house project was how many people we got in to help. My dad came and helped, and so he'd come at 10 and we'd have a coffee, and then bang, on 3 o'clock he was
Tools down.
packing his tools up, and he was out. But yeah, so my dad was a massive help.
Another really important person who was around a lot during the build was my granny. She came out every day on her little mobility scooter out into the paddock to check up on our progress and to tell us what we were doing wrong. She just had so many ideas and just was really involved in what we were doing and really interested, and that was just really special that she was so part of it. So much so that we ended up calling her the project manager.
And can we talk about the cost that was involved in building this home?
I think it was probably about $40,000 for the house, and then maybe another sort of 10 for the solar trailer.
Wow, that is such a great result.
Yeah, because everything was bought secondhand and stuff. So that doesn't include all the labour that it took to renovate the windows and all that kind of thing. But yeah, we were pretty stoked with that price. Living in a home that we built ourselves is just so special. Not something that I think we're ever going to be able to get rid of. We'd never be able to sell this because it's got, so many memories and so many aspects to it that it's just so special. And it's an amazing feeling to come home to this space.
Especially after we've been away, like if we go away on holiday and you come back and the macrocarpet smell is kind of seeped back out of the walls again, and so that's when I feel like I appreciate it the most.
And what do you think the future holds for you both now?
Well, we're not in this spot permanently, so we will be looking for our own piece of land eventually, and we probably won't be in the tiny house forever. We haven't really built it to accommodate babies and things, so maybe one day we'll have to move into a bigger house, or put a little trailer on the back or something, make a train of tiny houses for all the kids. But for now, this is where we are, and I'm really happy with it.
Well, this really is just such a beautiful home that you've created for yourself. I love all of the special elements that you've built in, especially having your old childhood treehouse tree now as your walls. I think that's just magic. Thank you for sharing your home with me.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out.
My pleasure. Michael and Lauren have done such an incredible job with the build of this home. It's tiny houses like this that just take me back to the very core of the tiny house movement, when it was grassroots, DIY, using recycled materials, and there really is just something so special about a home that encapsulates all of those values.